I used to think a balcony cabin was the ultimate cruise luxury, until one stormy night at sea completely changed my mind. Today, I'm exposing the real reasons I'll never waste my money on one again, and why skipping a balcony could actually make your next cruise way better. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm your go-to guide for all things cruising, from insider tips to honest reviews that save you time, money, and sanity. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that sparked a ton of debate in the cruise community: balcony cabins. You know, those fancy rooms with your own little outdoor space overlooking the ocean. They sound amazing on paper, don't they? The brochures make them look like paradise, a private spot to sip coffee at sunrise or watch the waves roll by under the stars. But after years of cruising, and one particularly disastrous trip where my balcony dreams turned into a comedy of errors, I've sworn them off for good. And trust me, once you hear these reasons, you might too. We're going to count down the top 10 reasons why balcony cabins are overrated, overhyped, and honestly, something I'll never book again. I'll keep it real, conversational, and packed with stories from my own experiences and what I've heard from fellow cruisers. Each reason comes with a quick explanation of the problem and why it's such a deal breaker. Let's start the countdown from number 10 and work our way to the absolute worst offender at number 1. Buckle up, this might just change how you book your next cruise. Number 10, the bugs and wildlife intruders. Okay, let's kick things off with something that might sound minor, but can turn your balcony into a no-go zone: bugs and unexpected wildlife. What is it? Well, when you're cruising through tropical waters or near land, insects like mosquitoes, flies, or even larger critters can hitch a ride onto your balcony. I've had nights where I stepped out for some fresh air only to be swarmed by bugs drawn to the light from my room. Why is it banned in my book? Safety and comfort, plain and simple. These pests aren't just annoying, they can carry diseases, especially in exotic ports. Plus, if you're allergic or just hate dealing with them, it ruins the relaxation factor. Cruise lines warn about this, but they don't emphasize how common it is on lower decks or in humid climates. Instead of enjoying the view, you're slapping at flies or calling room service for bug spray. Not worth the hassle when an inside cabin keeps everything contained. Number 9. Obstructed views that ruin the appeal. Moving on to number 9, obstructed views. What does this mean? Sometimes, even if you pay for a balcony, your ocean view gets blocked by lifeboats, ship structures, or even other decks jutting out. I once booked what I thought was a prime spot only to stare at a massive orange lifeboat for the entire trip. Why ban it? It's a bait and switch that defeats the whole purpose of splurging on a balcony. You're paying premium for that unobstructed panorama, but if it's half blocked, you're basically overpaying for a partial window. Cruise forums are full of horror stories where people complain about this, and while you can research deck plans, it's not always foolproof. Ships get refurbished and views change. An ocean view or inside cabin guarantees no such disappointment. What you see is what you get, without the false promise. Number 8, the temptation to isolate yourself. At number 8, we have the isolation trap. What's that? A balcony sounds like a cozy retreat, but it often leads to spending too much time alone in your room instead of mingling on the ship. I've caught myself lounging out there for hours, missing out on pool parties, trivia nights, or making new friends at the buffet. Why is this a ban-worthy issue? Cruising is all about the social vibe and exploring the massive floating resort. If you're holed up on your balcony, you're missing the heart of the experience. Studies from cruise reviews show that balcony bookers report higher rates of cabin fever, ironically because they feel they've paid for privacy and end up using it too much. For extroverts or families, this can lead to boredom. Stick to public areas or cheaper cabins and you'll naturally engage more. It's better for your mental health and the fun factor. Number 7, higher risk of motion sickness. Number 7 hits close to home for anyone prone to seasickness: amplified motion. What is it? Balcony cabins are usually on higher decks where the ship's sway is more noticeable, especially in rough waters. Opening that door lets in the full force of waves crashing below, making your stomach churn. I remember a Caribbean cruise where mild waves felt like a roller coaster from my balcony. I had to pop Dramamine like candy. Why ban them? If you're sensitive to motion, this exacerbates the problem instead of helping. Contrary to what some say, the visual of the horizon can sometimes make it worse by highlighting the movement. Lower deck inside cabins are more stable, closer to the ship's center of gravity. Cruise experts recommend them for first-timers or those with vertigo. Save yourself the nausea and the extra cost. Opt for stability over scenery. Number 6, safety concerns, especially for families. Sliding into number 6, safety risks. What are we talking about? Balconies have railings, but they're not foolproof. Kids can climb them, or adults might lean too far after a few drinks. There are also reports of items blowing off in high winds, or worse, rare but scary falls. On one family cruise, I saw parents constantly yelling at their toddlers to stay away from the edge. It killed the vibe. Why is this banned for me? Peace of mind is priceless. Cruise lines have strict rules, but accidents happen, and balconies add an unnecessary layer of worry. For families or solo travelers, inside cabins eliminate this entirely. No outdoor access means no risks. Stats from cruise safety reports show balconies involved in a small but notable percentage of incidents. If safety is your priority, skip the balcony and enjoy the ship without the stress. Number 5, noisy neighbors and ship sounds. Halfway through at number 5, lack of privacy. What's the issue? Balconies are often close together, separated by thin dividers that don't block sound or sight completely. People above or beside can peek down, hear your conversations, or even drop stuff onto your space. I've had awkward moments where the couple next door's argument carried right over while I was trying to relax. Why is this banned for me? You pay for exclusivity, but it's far from private. Wind carries voices, and on crowded ships, it's like living in a fishbowl. Reviews on sites like Cruise Critic are littered with complaints about this. An inside cabin gives you true solitude without the illusion. If you want fresh air, head to the promenade deck. It's public, but at least you expect company there. Number 4, weather woes that make it unusable. Number 4 is all about the weather dependency. What does this mean? Rain, wind, or extreme heat can render your balcony useless for days. In Alaska cruises, for example, chilly temps keep you inside, or in the Mediterranean, scorching sun turns it into a sauna. I booked a balcony for a scenic Norwegian fjords trip, but fog and drizzle meant I barely stepped out. Why is this a total ban? Unpredictability turns your investment into a gamble. Cruise itineraries span diverse climates, and bad weather is common. You're stuck paying extra for something you might not use. Inside cabins don't tease you with potential, they're consistent comfort. Fellow cruisers often say they regret balconies on itineraries with variable weather. Plan smarter and pocket the savings. Number 3, the heat and sunlight overload. Cranking up to number 3, excessive heat and sunlight. What's happening here? Balconies face direct sun for hours, heating up your room like a greenhouse. Morning light blasts in through the doors, waking you early, and in tropical routes, it's sweltering by noon. In a Bahamas cruise, my balcony turned my cabin into a sauna. I had to crank the AC constantly. Why ban them forever? Comfort and sleep quality suffer. The constant battle with curtains and temperature controls is exhausting. Plus, it increases your energy use, which isn't eco-friendly. Lower cabins or insides stay cooler and darker, perfect for napping after excursions. If you love sun, loungers on the deck are free and adjustable. This one's a biggie for light sleepers or hot weather haters. Number 2, noisy neighbors and ship sounds. Almost to the top. Number 2, noise pollution. What is it? From slamming doors next door to smokers puffing away, if allowed, or the constant roar of wind and waves, balconies amplify sounds. Neighbors chatting late at night or kids running above, it's all intrusive. My worst experience was a neighbor's all-night party vibe seeping through the divider. Why is this banned for me? Relaxation is key on a cruise, and noise shatters it. Cruise policies vary on smoking, but even non-smokers deal with ocean rumble that keeps light sleepers awake. Insides muffle everything for peaceful rest. Forums buzz with similar gripes, proving it's not just me. For a quiet escape, balconies are counterproductive. And finally, the number 1 reason I'll never book a balcony again, the insane extra cost, not worth the hype. What is it? Balconies can cost 50 to 100% more than inside or ocean view cabins, hundreds or thousands extra per person. For a week-long trip, that's serious cash. I once upgraded thinking it'd elevate my vacation, but I used the balcony maybe twice. Why ban it entirely? Value for money is zero when you consider how little time you spend there. Most cruisers are out exploring ports, dining, or enjoying onboard activities. That money could fund excursions, drinks, or even another cruise. Data from cruise booking sites shows balconies are the biggest upcharge with the least ROI. Go for cheaper options and invest in experiences instead. Your wallet and wanderlust will thank you. Whew, that was a lot. If any of these resonate, you're not alone. Thousands of cruisers are ditching balconies for smarter choices. So there you have it, my top 10 reasons why balcony cabins are off my list forever, and why you might want to rethink them too. From the hidden costs and noise to safety slips and weather whims, they're just not the dream they're sold as. Cruising should be about adventure and relaxation, not overpaying for headaches. If this video saved you from a booking blunder, hit that like button and subscribe for more no BS cruise tips. Drop a comment below. Have you had a bad balcony experience, or do you swear by them? Let's chat. And if you're planning a trip, check the links in the description for my favorite budget cabin hacks. Thanks for watching. See you on the next voyage.